An airline is more than airplanes or bags or tickets. It's more than on-time arrivals. It's more than safety practices. It's more than competitive pricing. If you really want to know what an airline's all about, just go to the arrivals area of any airport. Watch the people. That's what it's all about.
I'm glad to have such a nice welcome home. It was hard, it was good. I'm glad to be back.
Glad you're back too. Oh, you're crying.
I've never been away this long before.
I couldn't wait to get up that escalator. From the moment we landed, I couldn't wait to see these guys. This is to celebrate kind of the end of my breast cancer treatment. We went to the ocean and washed all our troubles away yesterday. It was great.
For the people that fly, the stakes are pretty high. Well, you wouldn't fly unless there's something very important on the other end.
My daughter came in just today from Seoul, Korea, serving in the Army. Been a long time. It sure is nice to see her again.
My friend had called last week and just got out of surgery. She's dealing with cancer. She's a friend of 30 plus years. Just had to be here.
We visited the World War II memorial, and I served in World War II. And this kind of brought it all back.
I went to for my niece's quinceañera for her 15-year-old party.
Well, every time my daughter comes, it's a big reason, you know.
Yeah, today it is very special day. My wife and my son, they coming together to America and to home. Yeah, he's born in Ethiopia, August 18th. Let's see.
I'm Brian Bedford, CEO of Republic Airways. I may have to make a lot of big decisions here, but at the end of the day, I'm not the boss. They are, the people that fly us. We don't have customers, we don't have passengers. What we really have are guests, people that we've invited on board our aircraft, like we've invited them into our home.
If I am flying, I would want everything perfect. Would you want to go into a dirty lab? Would you like to have a cup of coffee that comes out of a coffee pot that is dirty? That's why I'm here. I want to make sure that I leave that aircraft looking spotless. I mean, you come to my house, you eat off the floor. I've got 5 kids, and I'm on my kids 24/7.
We traveled a lot with my grandmother, and seeing how she was treated on other airlines made me appreciate this job and want to do it completely different than any other airline. I appreciate the opportunity to listen and be that person that listens to them.
That's not in your job description.
It's not. It's in the human job description.
I can easily empathize with soldiers as a mother because I have my own son. He's a pilot, he's currently in Afghanistan. Sometimes he'll send me a picture and it's amazing that my little son who was on the farm with me grew up to be such a person. Takes my breath away.
I used to do a lot of military movement, and the sadness is they're going over to Iraq, knowing they're not going to see their families for a year. But the greatest thing of all is bringing them home and watching them get off to see their family they haven't seen. Look, I could cry. It's huge, huge. They made it home. They made it back to their families.
Well, we've just come to the first anniversary of our Frontier acquisition, and it has not been an easy road, and I acknowledge that it's been tough. We're a much bigger company today than we were a year ago, or 5 years ago, or 10 years ago.
I started 10 years ago at the airport in a small office that used to be a closet, and the size of the airline at that time was 1,100 people total. And now here we are. 11,000 people. It's like watching a child grow.
This was a family, and everybody that was in it knew it. And we lost that sense of family, I believe, and we have to get it back.
To sum it up in one word, family is the reason I fly. When I was young, my father would take me to the local airport, and we'd have lunch there, and we'd sit and we'd watch the airplanes take off and land and fly around, and it was my favorite thing to do. And in a short period of time, he passed away. Because of that, I had it in my mind that the closest I could be to him was if I were to get in one of those airplanes, I'd be the closest to heaven, and it stuck with me. I love the fact that I'm reconnecting families, and it helps me get through the day, get through the trip, and I also look forward to walking in the door when I come home and having those girls just run up and say, "Mom," and give me the hugs and kisses, and it's worth it all.
When I got here and met the kind of people that I did and met my husband, my life's just picked up really fast from there. I mean, I started working here, and then all of a sudden I met new friends, I met a man, I met my husband, I got married, and now I got pregnant. So a lot of my coworkers think that our baby is going to be a future ramp agent, what we do now.
Everybody's asking the same question. What do we do? What is it we do? Well, we talk a lot about being a whole different animal. That's a pretty big promise. It's the simplest way to remember that our promise is to provide our guests a better and different travel experience. When it's all working, it's magical. It's like an orchestra, you know, where all the sound is being conducted in such a way that it just creates something that's really beautiful.
I'm headed back east to see my daughter and meet her husband-to-be. Of course, as a father, almost every man that would marry my daughter lacks in a little bit, but he gets really close, and I said, okay.
Business is just like a marriage. You go out, you find a date, you court, you spend money, you buy a ring, you get married, then you figure out how you live together.
I've got a 10-week-old baby at home that I didn't really want to be leaving for this. I've never been away from her except to go to the office during the day, so it's just, I don't know, it's really hard to leave her at home. You know, I kind of miss her already.
I cried a little bit last night because it's been a great week and we're not sure when we'll see them the next time, so.
This is actually my first time flying alone. It was cool being independent and I was able to figure it out.
We went to Disney World. It was great. We were gonna celebrate Keaton and Emily's birthday there. So now they are 5 years old.
So how do we provide a different and better experience? There are hundreds of things that we can't control. But what we can control is how we treat one another. You don't have to be a religious person to understand the golden rule. Just treat people the way you want to be treated.
I know it's difficult to make everyone happy, and I know it's impossible to make everyone in the world happy. Right now, I am the person working over here, but in a couple hours, I'm gonna be a customer, and I like when people treat me good. So, so that's why I do it. I'm trying people good, you know, hoping that I get the same in return.
We are sympathetic, even though we sit here in a little room far away from the airport. One quick trip to the airport reminds us very quickly that the decisions we make affect a wide group of people.
Well, I had previous an experience with my mother at the airport flying Frontier. And they picked her up in a wheelchair at the ticket counter, and I knew that that's the kind of person I wanted to be, because I know that I can make a difference in their lives as they make a difference in mine.
I do think about the passengers on my plane every day. You walk through the terminals and you see the children, you see the folks getting on the airplanes, and you realize you have a responsibility to them. All of us do. It doesn't matter if you dump the toilets or dispatch the airplanes or do an administrative job in the company.
In the airline business, we talk about destinations all the time, but what's ours? We have a unique opportunity to define what it means to be better and different. to create something so special that people actually love it, that they choose this experience. Now, each of us has to ask, why? Why do I do this? Why is my job important? And I think the answer is because I love it. I love what I do, and I know what I do is important. I know what I do makes a difference. Because together we can make a difference in people's lives. That's why we fly.